It's really difficult to capture adequately how the community was feeling on March 22nd. I mean, we lost 4 really amazing people. Families lost mothers, daughters, a son, and a father. We lost colleagues, coworkers, and friends. So everyone in our Wausau's a close-knit community. Everyone was really deeply impacted, myself certainly included in that. So looking how the community was impacted, we were looking for a way to move forward. I mean, we look at personally within our legal community who was deeply impacted. We lost Detective Jason Weiland, who was a frequent walker of the halls in this courthouse, and he brought a smile to everybody's face that he met. Sara Quirt-Sann was really an amazing lawyer. She practiced with such passion, advocating for the most vulnerable people in our community. So our legal community was really deeply impacted, and everybody within the community, legal community and otherwise, was looking for a way to move forward. I knew Jason Weiland from my work as a prosecutor. I worked with him really closely, and his wife, for a number of years. Then I left the DA's office here in Marathon County, and then I had the really fortunate experience to work closely with Sara when I was the Deputy Corporation Counsel, and I worked on child protection cases. She served as a guardian ad litem for family law cases and in child protection cases, and I really had the privilege to get to know her well in my time there. Oh, she was fabulous. Like I said, she was skilled, knowledgeable, but even more importantly, her passion was in advocating for the most vulnerable in our community, whether it was a family law case where she was serving as a guardian ad litem, or in the cases that I handled in the child protection realm. She really took that responsibility very seriously, and she did a fabulous job. I think our community is really blessed. I'm blessed to live here. We have some truly amazing leaders in the community, people like Scott Sand, Sara's husband, and people like Jeff Hardell, the former police chief in the city of Wausau. They really showed the rest of the community the way to move forward, and one of the ways they did that was through bringing us all together through the Wausau Metro Strong group. I have the privilege to serve on the executive committee and the legal and legislative committee. That was really the process that was set in place by Jeff and Scott, and it was a simple mission to build a safer community for all. That's the mission of Wausau Metro Strong. So really, it was a group of, as the Margaret Mead quote says, it was never doubt the power of a committed, thoughtful group of citizens to change the world. Indeed, that's the thing that it always has done, and that's been the story of our community. One of the first things the Wausau Metro Strong group did was, as we're trying to pursue that mission of a safer community for all, we really looked at what's a way we can try to protect lawyers like Sara, lawyers that really take on those really contentious, difficult cases in family law or child protection. And what we found was that when you look at the law, you see that Wisconsin's really done a pretty good job, a fairly good job of protecting those individuals by virtue of their position or the work that they do that are placed in positions of significant risk. So we have statutes that protect judges, protect prosecutors, protect law enforcement officers. And there was really a gap. The legal and legislative team came together and we looked at that and said, there's a gap here. The work of a family law attorney, the work of a guardian ad litem, the work of those professionals taking on those difficult cases, they weren't covered. So that's really kind of was the impetus to Sara's law. How could we provide that, extend that framework that existed for judges, that existed for law enforcement and prosecutors? How could we extend that to cover those other professions? The law is really set up to extend an already existing framework that existed for law enforcement, judges, and prosecutors. So what the law does is it sets forth, it just clearly states and prohibits that lawyers in those family law actions, guardian ad litems, and corporation counsels, that individuals are prohibited from making threats or harming those individuals. It sets forth a penalty structure for that when those threats or that harm is tied to the official work of that guardian ad litem, corporation counsel, or attorney. So it's set out there as a tool, as I said, to deter people from engaging in that behavior. But really what I hope it does, and I think the rest of Wausau Metro Strong on that legal committee, what we hope it does is it's a tool to have a conversation. It's a tool for the courts to have conversations with litigants in those cases so that we can talk about how to properly deal with those highly contentious matters that go through court every day. The legal committee was made up of myself and other attorneys, Jessica Telesti, Robin DeVos, and a great number of other people. We came together and we really sat down and we crafted something. I mean, we crafted, again, extending that framework within the statutes. We extended that to guardian ad litem's corporation counsels and those attorneys working in those what we thought were highly contentious matters. And we presented that. We worked really closely with Representative Snyder's office and Senator Petrusky's office, and we crafted what ultimately became Sara's Law. And they, Senator Petrusky and Representative Snyder, really did a fabulous job of ushering that bill through the legislative process, and we were so thrilled to have Governor Walker come here to sign it. It really was a sense of accomplishment, both on the part of Sara's family, who was there for the signing, but certainly also for the participants in Wausau Metro Strong, who either had a hand in putting together that bill or calling legislators, sending letters to legislators telling them that this really should be a priority. We certainly hope that it will catch on. In speaking with Representative Snyder, that's one thing he said. He's told our group, and he said in his interviews that there's this push. There has been discussion about, is this something that could be extended to other states? And I really think we're the first state to have something like this for those types of attorneys handling those type of actions. And I think it's needed. It's something that, to put it on the books, again, it's a tool to have a conversation. I think lawyers are well situated in our communities to be those agents of change, both based on our positions, but also based on the skills and knowledge that we have, to be able to analyze complex issues and look at to see where gaps are, and to really help the community move forward, whether that's locally or on a statewide level. I think there's opportunities there, whether they're through the state bar, through other local organizations like Wausau Metro Strong, or just reaching out to your legislators. I mean, our experience with our local representatives was really, really fantastic. They were at the table with us and really trying to help address what we thought was a gap within the law.